What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Drake Too Much, man. And I want to talk to y'all about something. Really, we're finna go on a journey. Cause I be seeing a lot of people. I be seeing a lot of people on TikTok. You know, they talk about prison and you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, a lot of people want to know as far as how prison is and what's really going on and how it really is. So I'm gonna just go ahead and break down. You know what I'm saying? My experience. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm from Tampa, Florida. Originally, I'm from Jamaica, but you know, big up to all I'm a yard people them. But you know, I'm over here, man. I'm in Tampa, Florida, man. So you know, we got the county jail, Hillsborough County Jail. So you know, I did 6 months in the county jail before I got sentenced. I caught 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I had an opportunity. I had a chance to where I could take what it was, 71 months or 48 months. I ain't take it. Whole long story. I'm gonna break all that down though. So and it's gonna be a part two because I'm gonna tell y'all about, you know what I'm saying, like when I went to prison or whatever. So anyway, I caught 20 years. I had two separate charges going consecutively. You know what I'm saying? So after I caught the 20, it was like it was crazy, man. It was like damn, 20 years. I'm 20 at the time. So it's like 20 years, man. I can't even see that far. But anyway, man, my people end up, you know, we end up getting a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? We got a lawyer. And then next week, you know, she put in a motion for me. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even supposed to leave the county jail, but I ended up leaving the county jail. Matter of fact, yeah, they came and got me because once I got sentenced, I went back. Once I got sentenced in the courtroom, I went back to the county jail. I'm sitting in there. So my lawyer came. When people got the lawyer, she came to see me. She told me she was gonna put it in a motion or whatever, and that I wasn't even supposed to leave. Prison wasn't supposed to come get me, but they ended up coming to get me anyway. So I go to Orlando Reception Center. That's where if you're from Tampa, Florida, and you go into prison, that's where you go at. Florida Reception or Orlando, Florida Reception Center. So I went there to get processed in or whatever. So I did what I did. Like I did about 2 months. It's just a reception center. That's just where you go at before you get shipped off to your permanent prison. It's just where, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people pass through. It's just like you know what I'm saying, it's a reception center. You don't stay there permanent. They got a permanent side, but a lot of people don't stay there. It's just, you know, for transition. So I stayed there about 2 months, man. I'm telling you, listen. When I got there, now I ain't have nothing when I got there. I ain't have no money. I ain't have nothing. And my first day there, it was chicken day. It was on a Tuesday. But I never forget it, man. On a Tuesday, Tuesdays the only days they serve chicken in prison. So I'm so tired though because we had got up like at like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? To everybody to get transferred. So by the time we get to the reception center, you know I'm tired. We got there by 12, ate lunch. After that, you know, we went through the little process or whatever. Went to the dorm, and I went straight to sleep. I woke up, everybody gone. So I go to the officer. I'm like, oh, where everybody at? She like, they went to Child. Child was, you know, they went to go eat dinner. So I'm like, oh, I can go. She's like, nah, I can't. That's it. I missed Child, so I couldn't eat. Then shower time, I ain't got no soap. They give you a little bar of soap. That shit don't even last long. Shower time, I ain't got no soap. So I'm like, damn, I don't know. I don't know nobody. I don't know what I'm gonna use to take a shower. And then, like, I told you I left the county jail, went to the reception center. So I had canteen. I had just ordered canteen before they came and got me. They came and got me that Monday night, like 12 o'clock, Tuesday morning, 12, 1 o'clock. And I had ordered canteen Sunday for Monday, so I had got the canteen early on that day. I had ordered like $50 worth of shit. So they came and got me, man. I had to give all that shit away because I couldn't take it. I had to give everything away, so I couldn't take none of the food, none of that shit, man. So I was assed out. So I ended up, man. Damn, I'm like, damn. I don't know what I'm used to take a shower. I don't know what I'm used to take a shower, man. Listen, I went and took a shower, man. Man, listen, man. I fuck around and use some toothpaste, man. I swear to God, I use some toothpaste, bro. I'm thinking toothpaste. I'm thinking the toothpaste going. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, man, listen, man. That toothpaste, I fuck around and put that toothpaste on that rag, and I'm doing my thing. Hit my armpits, hit my nuts. Man, that shit went to burning like a motherfucker. That shit went to burning. So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, damn, I gotta find a way to reach out to my family and shit. So I had a blanket. I had a roommate. So he gave me a stamp. He gave me a stamp envelope. He gave me a stamp envelope, some paper or whatever, and I wrote my people a letter, sent it off, and they got it. Whatever they respond, sent me some money or whatever. Now I want to go to the canteen. Now the canteen, it ain't like it is now. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, the canteen, when you go to the canteen, you don't know if you got money or not. So usually they have two lines. They got the card check line where you go check your card at because they give you an ID card with a barcode on there where they scan it. And when they scan it, you see if you got money on it or not. So they'll have two lines. Some people know they got money, and the people, they don't know if they got money yet. So they go over here in this line. Now it be kind of fucked up because the line be so long, so you might be sitting there waiting in line just to check your card, just to see if you got money on there. And not yet. Hit you with the beep. Not yet. You ain't got no money. You gotta turn around and go back to the dorm. Go lay down. You know what I'm saying? Now you know if you got money because they got the little kiosk thing, and you go check. You people send you money, you go check on them, you email them, or whatever, all that. So, I ended up going to the canteen, and I got hit with the not yet a couple times because, it take a couple days for the money to come through. And as a matter of fact, I had money in my account before I left the county jail. Got to tell y'all that. I had money in my account, so but the money couldn't roll over. The money ain't roll over immediately. It was gonna take a little minute. That shit took like that shit took like 2-3 months for me to get that money, man. But anyway, so yeah, man. So I ended up writing my people. They sent me some money. I was going out there checking my car. One day I went out there, checked it. Boom, I got some money. I bought me some hygiene off the rip. Bought me some soap, um, um, toothpaste, deodorant, cause you don't get soap. You get soap, man. Listen, you get soap. The soap they give you, man. Listen, that shit like this motherfucking big and like this thick, and that shit don't last long, man. So you got to buy soap. You don't get deodorant for free. You got to buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I went and bought that shit off the rip. Bought me a couple food items. You know what I'm saying? Went back to the cell, whatever. Stayed there about 2 weeks. Yeah, I stayed there about 2 weeks, by 2-3 weeks, by the month. Now this one I'm going to the real prison now. I'm going to you know where they sent me to go at. This called Go CI. way out of there somewhere. Way out there somewhere. I don't know where that shit at. That shit way out there by in the woods, a bunch of white people. We were Hitchcock up there by Panama City. My first camp. I've been in like 5 different prisons. And Go CI was my first one. Man, I first went there. I first went to Go CI. Yes, so Go CI my first camp. Ain't nothing but white people work here. Nothing but majority white officers. And damn not all on racist. Know what I'm saying? They'll beat your ass, all that shit. So anyway, man, I get there. They automatically, if you got any type of hair on your face, on your head, they shaving that shit off. You getting a booty face and you getting a bald head. You know what I'm saying? That's how everybody gonna know you new. When you hit the compound, everybody see you, they gonna know you just got here because you got a bald head, fresh face. You know what I'm saying? They do everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit there. I'm talking about that shit there. That shit there. That's like pushing a button for real. Like cutting my hair, bro. Well, damn. But anyway, yeah, man. That's that's the shit you gotta go through, man. So I had to go through that. They put me in the orientation dorm where all the new people at. So I'm in there. I'm in there. Count time. It's count time because every time like they do count time is they make you sit up. You gotta sit up on your bed, and they gotta come around and count you. You know what I'm saying? They do that every like 4 hours, something like that. They count everybody, make sure everybody, you know what I'm saying, is where they supposed to be at. It's a security risk. Count time is the most important time in the chain game. Like anybody will tell you that. Like count time, they don't even play by that shit. And they got certain rules during count time, like you ain't supposed to be reading, listening to no you ain't supposed to be listening to no headphones. Certain shit you ain't supposed to be doing. You ain't supposed to be talking. None of that. So, I don't know this. I'm in the dorm. They call count time. I got somebody magazine. I'm sitting up looking at the magazine. Next thing you know, the magazine gets snatched out of my hand. I'm like, it's the police. He's like, boy, what the fuck are you doing? It's motherfucking count time. I'm looking at him crazy. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like my blanket had to tell him, oh, he ain't know, he knew, all that right there. So that was like my first experience, like encounter with the police, and I ain't even really do shit. I don't know. I ain't supposed to be reading, but you know. So anyway, man, I did about, I did like 10 months at that camp. Now I ended up going back to court. I ended up going back to court. So after I was at the camp for about 2 months. I was there about 2 months. They came and got me for court. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this crazy ass story. I'm going back to court. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to court. I had to go back to court with like 8, 9 people. We all going back to court together. This is my first time I ever knew what gunning was. I ain't never knew what gunning was. I hear people talk about it. I ain't never knew what this was. They be jacking off to the women. So we go back to the county jail. They got this big ass holding cell where they put us in. It's directly across is the big window. Directly across, you see the nurses, and you know what I'm saying. You see all them. So all I hear is these niggas talking about, watch out, boy, I'm finna hit this hoe. Watch out, watch out. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, what these niggas got going on? So, I done caught on peep game real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, man, this shit, oh wow. These niggas here, why just I'm green, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm green. I just came, you know what I'm saying? I'm fresh in the chain game. Like, I don't know. what y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? You finna hit this whole watch out. What you mean, watch out? What you? Alright. Anyway, so yeah, man, went through that. I ended up going to court, and my lawyer, man, she did a thing. I had a female lawyer. She did a thing. Got my sentence cut in half. She got my charges ran concurrent instead of consecutive. So 10 and 10 ran together. So all in all, it was 10 years. So after that happened, I had to go back to prison. I went back to the same camp because remember I told you I did about 2 months. I left, went back, did about another 7 months, and while during that, cause that camp there, man, listen, that camp at the time, that camp was one of the worst camp in the state of Florida. This was 2014. At that time, that camp was one of the worst camp in the state of Florida. You know what I'm saying? So it was always some stabbing. It was fucked up. Crackers talking to you crazy. It was just like, man, that shit, it was crazy, man. So anyway, somebody was telling me about another little camp called White Color. It's in Tallahassee. So they was like, oh, it's a good camp. You can go there. It got a lot of women over there, and all that right there. So man, I ended up, filling out the little paper. They got a little form you can write to your classification officer, and you know what I'm saying. So I did that, and I totally forgot about it. This was like 5 months prior. So I had ended up filling out the paper. So once I filled it out, sent it in or whatever, I'm chilling, and then I'm in the dorm with the dude that work laundry. All the people that work laundry, they know who leaving the next day. So he came and told me, he was like, "Hey, you leaving? You going to White Color?" So I'm like, "What?" Yeah, you finna transfer. So I'm like, "Okay, okay." Sure enough, I ended up getting transferred. I get to a camp called White Color. Nah, man, listen. This prison right here, this ain't even no regular prison. This prison is a faith-based prison. Ain't nothing but females here. Ain't nothing but young black babies. You know what I'm saying? Young black females right by Tallahassee. A lot of them go to FAMU, whatever, the other little college, TCU, whatever that shit is, whatever. They be going there, but they come to the prison because they get $1,000 bonus when you sign up. You get $1,000 bonus, to sign up. So a lot of them be signing up for $1,000 bonus, come work there for a little bit, and they end up leaving just to get the money. Some of them end up staying, cause some of them be looking for a nigga for real. They really be like, you know what I'm saying? They be looking for a nigga. They come to prison, they come to work. You know what I'm saying? They be looking for a nigga in the chain gang, or it's other niggas. It's niggas working there too. So that shit be like a big ass sex pool for real. Cause it's nothing but men and women. But at that prison, it was just women everywhere, man. It was as far as like doing time, my time, I did like what? I did like 7, 8 months at that camp. And that was during my time, that was some of my best times in prison. Because it wasn't really hard. It was, it was laid back. I was working. I was working in the kitchen. It was just, it was straight. But I ended up getting messed up for some K2. I ended up getting caught with some K2 or whatever. So once you get caught with any, that's this thing about this camp. You get caught with any drugs, cell phone, talking to a relationship, having a relationship with a police, you automatically get transferred. So that's what they did to me. I ended up getting transferred. They sent me to one of the worst camps ever. And this camp was called Franklin CI. Another camp was a bunch of white people. This thing about White Color too, it was a lot of black people. It wasn't a number of black people there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black people. You didn't really see too many white officers. It was a lot of black people. It was a lot of black people working in that prison. So I ended up going to Franklin. I stayed there by 2.5 months, man. That prison was so messed up, man. And at this time, the people struggling, I ain't really had no money like that, man. It was fucked up. So, I was kind of like going through it. You know what I'm saying? Them little 2.5 months, and riot ended up happening. A riot ended up happening in the dorm. Going through it with the police. The police don't want to let us go to canteen. They don't want to run the rec. So, you know, and this was stirring. It was stirring. The riot happened at nighttime, but it was stirring up. It was stirring up. It was stirring up during the day. So anyway, later on that night, the riot popped off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting transferred for that, and I ended up going to I ended up doing like 77 days in the hole, man, for that shit, man. No, like 80 days in the hole for that. And then I ended up going to a camp called Jackson CI. And that's why I seen man, listen, that's why I seen my first that's why I first seen somebody get killed there on April 1st, 2017. I seen somebody get stabbed up by three Zoes. It was blood. Got stabbed up by $50. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about the chain gang. Like one thing about the prison, like they don't play about that money. You know what I'm saying? Money is like money is, man. Listen, bitch don't see nothing but that money when it comes to prison, because you gotta understand, like a lot of dudes, a lot of dudes ain't, they don't got nobody out there on the street. They don't got no family or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes be hustling. You know what I'm saying? So when they hustling, they might have got something from their homeboy. They, you know what I'm saying? They probably, you know what I'm saying? You might got somebody that, they get a little money here and there, and they ended up using the little money that they do got and turn it into something, and when you do business in the chain gang, you might front a bitch something or let somebody hold something, and they don't pay you back, or you know what I'm saying? But this situation right here, you know, supposedly dude stole something. He stole something, and he got a hit put out on him by his own brothers. He was a blood. He got a hit put out on him, and they, you know what I'm saying? They wet him up. You know what I'm saying? They wet him up. Yeah, that's how that went down. And then, I seen a few more other deaths, man. You know what I'm saying? But in the chain game, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all about how you do your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be in everybody's business. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be, associated with everybody. You got to know how to like pick your circle, because you never know who is who. You know what I'm saying? People wearing masks in there, you know, they was one person out here and they a different person in the chain gang. So it's like you never know who's who. Like, and the way I did my time, like, I did my time constructive. Like, I ain't put myself in a situation where I started gang banging, or I got into a couple fights. You know what I'm saying? I got into a couple fights. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never really put myself in a detrimental situation to where, like, damn. But I came close. I came close, but I wasn't never really on no bullshit. You feel me? I got my GED. You know what I'm saying? I got my GED, and I accomplished, certain other things or whatever. As far as like social skills or whatever, not like that. But yeah, man, like, like a lot of dudes, like, what I'm saying, like when they get out of prison, they be acting a certain kind of way, like, what they be on for real, like.